Hey everybody, so today we're going to be continuing our discussion on Amazon Web Services, and we're going to have a look at how to set up command line interface. Now, command line interface is a small piece of software that allows you to do some of the things you would normally do on Amazon Web Services directly from your command prompt on your machine. This is much faster than needing to have web access, interface access like we have here. So you're going to need a couple things to do this. Number one, you're going to need access to your command prompt. If you're on a Windows machine, this is what it looks like. If you're on a Mac, it's called a terminal. If you're on a Linux machine, it's called a terminal. Now, since I'm on a Windows machine, I'm also going to need access to my control panel. So you can just go to your start menu, type control, and look for your control panel. Third, you're going to need access to the AWS regions and endpoints. You can just Google this if you'd like. And then fourth, you'll need access to the AWS command line interface download page. And I just Googled AWS CLI and got to this page, and I've downloaded and installed a 64-bit version that works for my machine. If you've got a Mac or Linux, you can just type pip install AWS CLI from your terminal window, and since Python is native on both of those operating systems, AWS CLI will set up just as you need it to. So since I've already installed this on my machine, I'm going to jump straight to the command prompt. I'm going to show you two different things here. First and foremost, when you go to configure the CLI on a Windows machine, okay, you may run into a small issue. So the first thing you should do when you start to set up AWS the first time is you type AWS configure. Now, if you're on a Windows 10 machine, 9 times out of 10, this is not going to work right out of the box like I'm showing you in the video, okay? And I'll tell you this because many times when you install things that need to be run through the command prompt on a Windows machine, they don't get added to your system file path. And what your system file path does on a Windows operating system is allows you to run programs from anywhere, any location, any folder that you're in within the command prompt. But AWS CLI does not do that by default. So we actually have to go in and set our own path settings where AWS CLI can be found in our path. So that's what we're going to do over here with the control panel. So I'm in the control panel now. I'm going to go to System and Security. Okay, then I'm going to look for the Systems section. Right, then I just want to go here to Advanced System Settings. It's going to pop open this small box here. I want to go to Environment Variables, and I want to edit this Path section right here. You can see I've already added this to the end of it, but I'll delete it and start over. I want to add a new section to my path. And I'm just going to go and locate where I installed Amazon Web Services CLI. It's actually really easy to find if you just look under your program files section there. And all you need to do is select the top folder. That puts it in your path, back out of this window, back out of this window, back out of this window. You can close your control panel, and if you have your command prompt open, close it and reopen it. And that will reinitialize your path and you're ready to go. So now you can type AWS configure. Now you're also going to need, I forgot one thing, you're also going to need your IAM security credentials to do this. So you can go here under security credentials, continue to your security credentials, look under your roles, your users, and then what you're looking for is this security credentials tab. If you don't have an access key, you need to create one. That's going to download a small CSV file to your machine. It'll have an access key and a secret key in it, and both of those are going to be needed for this setup. So let me go ahead and type AWS configure. Now, as you can see, the first thing that Amazon Web Services command line interface is asking you for is your access key. So I'm going to go ahead and put my access key in. The next thing it's asking you for is your AWS secret key. And of course I'm blurring these out for security purposes. Then your default region. So where do I get that information from? So if you look in your actual AWS console, you have a default region. This was assigned to you when you set up your AWS EC2 instance. And mine is North Virginia. So I need to go here to the regions and endpoints page, and I'm going to go down and look for Amazon EMR, and I'm going to find the Northern Virginia region. It's US-East-1. So I'm going to put that in there. And then last but not least, the default output format that I'm going to be using for this exercise is JSON. So that's it. That's all you need to do to set up Amazon Web Services command line interface. It is ready to go, and if you ever need it, you can type in AWS, and it's going to give you a small list of subcommands to get started with. You can type AWS help. You want to see all of them in one location. There's a bunch of them that you can have access to, but that'll get you started with setting up command line interface and establishing your default output format and your correct region name. Just make sure your region names match, because if you have a different region name that you've established or you've set up your EC2 tier in and you're running your command line interface from a different region, generally you get errors when you try to launch Elastic MapReduce, because you'll get an error, something like no endpoint can be found. So I hope that helps a lot. Leave some comments in the comment section if you'd like, and keep watching for the next series. Thank you.